Hey everyone, Mr. MCA here. This is a lap guide for the new lap time challenge taking place at Alsace Test Course in Revese with any Group 4 car on the racing hard tires. For this video, we'll be using the Mazda 3 Group 4. To access the lap time challenge, go on over to sport mode, so make sure you have menu book number 9 completed. Click on the online time trial and go a bit towards the right and you'll see the lap time challenge hanging out there. So this is a 2-week event ending at the end of November 1st, 2023. Any Group 4 car on the racing hard tires, and this is with BOP turned on and no, you cannot tune your car. So your goal is to get within the 3% time of the world record time when the event ends, as when the event ends, that is when your lap time gets counted, and hopefully you'll be within that 3% time range to get the 2 million credits. Now the Mazda 3 is a front wheel drive, which means that the power from the engine goes towards the front wheels, and because of that you're going to get a lot of on throttle understeer, so the car doesn't want to turn, you just keep going in a straight line. So you want to be aware about how much throttle input you're putting in when you're going through a turn, because if you get on the throttle too early, then you're going to understeer off of the track. So lots of throttle control, lifting off of throttle, even letting the car coast for a moment to let the car turn in a bit more. But anyway, start your new lap in the middle of the track, then bring yourself towards the right, and just as the guardrail on the left starts, or just before you pass the first sign on the right, that's where you start to turn in and ease on the brakes. You can see me just playing around with the braking to try to maintain as much momentum as possible. And you want to hit the apex, which is the start of this curb that is on the left. That's where you start to ease on the throttle and try to stick towards the left side of the track to minimize track distance. Now for this tricky part, you bring yourself towards the left and you brake when the curb on the left starts. You turn in when you go under the Alsace banner. Full braking power, go down to 4th gear. And you can do a little bit of throttle control because you want to try to position your car right here, so getting really close to the wall on the right, and then you're braking before the curb on the left starts. So full braking power for a short moment, and this uphill part will help you with slowing down a bit more. But bring yourself all the way to the left, going down to 3rd gear, staying as close as you can to the wall on the left, and you want to slowly ease on the throttle. That way you can still maintain that ability to turn as you start to gain a bit more speed for the exit of the turn. For your final braking point, you're braking before the curb on the right starts. So full braking power and turn in before the curb on the right ends. Make your way down to 2nd gear, easing off of the brakes as you're turning in. So doing a bit of trail braking. And here you can let the car coast for a brief moment to let the car turn in a bit more, because as soon as you start to face towards these signs, that's where you want to start to ease on the throttle. By the time you're facing towards this second sign, you want to be at full throttle, but just before you end your lap, you want to be careful about hitting the start and end of this right curb head on, as that will make the car bounce. So you poke into this curb just after it starts and then poke out of it just before it ends. But now let's go through this again, but this time I will not stop the video. So again, starting the lap towards the middle of the track, then bring yourself towards the right side, braking just before you pass the sign, the first sign on the right, bringing yourself towards the start of the curb on the left as that's your apex. Get on the throttle as soon as you can, staying towards the left side of the track. Then bring yourself towards the left because you're braking when the curb on the left starts. Go down to 4th gear, get close and personal to the wall on the right, then get close and personal to the wall on the left. Going down to 3rd gear, get on the throttle as soon as you can, then bring yourself towards the right side of the track. You're braking just before the curb on the right starts. Go down to 2nd gear, ease off the brakes as you're turning in. So doing a bit of trail braking, let the car coast for a moment to let the car turn in a bit more, and then bring yourself towards the right and finish your lap. So getting a 47.666. We'll see how this demonic time compares to the rest of the times as the weeks go on. But that is all for this lap, guys. So this is Mr. MCA, and I'll see you in the next video.